Threat approaching. Engaging host protection.
And when we get in mode, I'ma dog it like I'm Cujo.
Threat eliminated.
The future of the DCU explained, and why I have a lot of hope.
So as many of you know, DC has been disconnected in film and television for a long time. And it's one of, our jobs, mine and Peter's, is to come in and make sure the DCU is connected in film, television, gaming, and animation.
After recent superhero movies, you may feel skeptical and unenthusiastic about DC and Blue Beetle. But is this movie a different story or not? Is this a DCEU film or a DCU film? This movie has some flaws, but there are some positives. I will talk about them in this video, so complete the video to the end to get the most fun. What's the story?
It's called the Scarab. I had no idea it would activate. It has to choose you.
When Cord Industries board member Jenny Cord gives recent college graduate Jaime Reyes the responsibility of protecting a mysterious package, he thinks he's on his way to getting a job where he can use his degree and help his family during a financially uncertain time. But the package turns out to contain the Scarab, a symbiotic alien biotechnology that transfers its powers to Jaime and transforming him into Blue Beetle, whether he wants it or not. The characters. 1. James Xolo.
Blue Beetle is a movie that we're building from the ground up.
Yeah, buddy!
And I think it's so exciting to get to amalgamate the best parts from Jaime's story in the comics over the years for a fun, good old movie.
James Xolo truly embodies the essence of a reluctant superhero, and I absolutely adore him. What sets him apart is his refusal to conform to the typical notion of feeling unworthy. Instead, he approaches his newfound powers with disbelief and a determination to find a way to stop it all. This adds delightful humor to the story, allowing us to glimpse James' values as he confronts his enemies. I greatly appreciate that he doesn't instantly become arrogant with his boundless power, ready to vanquish anyone and anything in his path. Instead, he genuinely fears the potential consequences of his abilities. While there may be similarities to other superheroes, both in their beginnings and even in their costumes or armor, such as Spider-Man outfits or Iron Man flying abilities, it didn't bother me at all. After all, it's common for comic book heroes to borrow traits from one another. 2. Susan Sarandon's.
We are going to change the world with the power of the Scarab. It belongs to me.
Susan Sarandon's portrayal of Victoria Court is commendable. She effortlessly embodies the role of a strong and determined businesswoman. Throughout the movie, Court remains unfazed by emotions, giving us no reason to sympathize with her. Her cold-heartedness and insatiable thirst for power are captivating. What sets Court apart is her clear motivations and justifiable agendas, which prevent her from being a mere generic villain. I want you to tell me in the comments, what is your favorite and most hated character? 3 features in the DCU world. 1. They want to link all the works to each other.
So as many of you know, DC has been disconnected in film and television for a long time. And it's one of, our jobs, mine and Peter's, is to come in and make sure the DCU is connected in film, television, gaming, and animation.
They aim to connect all the works together, as this is indeed one of the major challenges that exist. In the world of DCU, James Gunn expressed his desire to have the first movie linked to the second, and the third movie will be built upon the foundation of the first movie. Then all these requirements are intertwined before them, and this is the universe they are constructing. It will not only be connected through movies, but also through series and games. These series will encompass both live action and animation. 2. Each character is represented by one actor. Additionally, he emphasized that each character within the DC universe is unique and exclusive. In other words, if he introduces a Batman character into his world, that role will be portrayed by a single actor. For instance, let's say the actor's name is X. It is not acceptable for another actor, Y, to assume the same Batman role. Each character is represented by one actor, and this decision was made in order to avoid any confusion. Now, I have a request. I wish with all my heart that you subscribe to the channel. We get tired of writing scripts and editing videos, but we do not get views. But I will continue to download videos because I love what I do. But if you subscribe to my channel, I will be pleased. Is it any weak? 1. Little information. There was minimal development of the lore surrounding the Scarab in the opening credits. We were shown some animations and graphics that hint at its origin on Earth, but there was little insight into how or why Cord Industries knew about it. The film assumes that the brief information provided at the beginning is sufficient to satisfy all curiosities, but for me, it fell short. 2. I need more time for some characters. One character that I eagerly anticipated was Harvey Goyen, but my excitement quickly turned into disappointment due to their striking underutilization. It is disheartening to witness how grossly neglected Harvey's potential was, as they were given scarce lines and merely served as a significant figure in one predictable scene. Their character, which had the potential to contribute significantly, was unfortunately marginalized and rendered ineffective. I think that the most beautiful part when watching a movie is discussing the topic with other people, so tell me what you think about Blue Beetle. What you like about the movie, what you hate about the movie, and how much you give the film out of 10, I will tell you in my rate at the end of the video. Is this a DCEU film or a DCU film? This movie was greenlit as a DCEU film, but recently James Gunn mentioned in an interview that Blue Beetle would be the first hero of the DCU. However, it is being released as part of the DCEU later. In the same interview, James Gunn also stated that Superman Legacy is the first film of the DCU, so it's a bit confusing as to where exactly this film fits in. The director referred to it as DCU rather than DCEU. The movie itself has generic DC elements with references to Batman, Superman, and other DC things, but it avoids being too specific. It seems like they want to keep their options open in terms of whether it is part of the old universe or not. If the movie is well received and the character gains popularity and financial success, they might decide to include it in the DCU. The vagueness regarding its placement seems intentional, likely to assess the film's impact and make appropriate decisions. So what do you think? Is this a DCEU film or a DCU film? Tell me in the comments. Is it any good? 1. The power of family.
My family, that's what makes me strong.
Oh, I forgot how bad it looks.
This movie is absolutely amazing. It's a heartwarming celebration of the power of family. Right from the beginning, we meet the incredible protagonist, Jaime Reyes, and his close-knit family. Their dynamic is just beautiful, showing us how deeply they love and support each other. What makes this film truly special is how every character, whether good or bad, is connected to the idea of family. They all play a vital role in the plot, making it impossible not to be completely immersed in their world. When Jaime faces challenges, his family comes together to support him and take action. The film brilliantly captures the importance of family bonds, seamlessly incorporating them into every aspect of the story. 2. Action sequences. The movie instantly elevates its quality and becomes an absolute delight to watch when we are treated to those exhilarating action sequences featuring the heroic suit man. I am absolutely in awe of the impressive stunts and choreography. Additionally, the family dynamics, the thrilling adventure concept, and the score, particularly the synth-wave score, all contribute to the film's overall brilliance. Although I personally wished for the score to have a more prominent presence throughout the movie, it truly shines when the action sequences kick in and our protagonist fully embraces his identity as Blue Beetle. This creates an undeniable sense of enthusiasm. What is my rate? I think the movie was good. It wasn't one of the best superhero movies I've watched, but it wasn't bad, and I enjoyed it. So my rating for the movie is 8 out of 10. Do not forget to tell me your rating out of 10, and also do not forget to subscribe to the channel. Peace.